in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go.
Ooh, there. Good morning, Minecraft. Help if I could hit the right screen there. Holy crap. All right. It is morning. It is that time. It is that place. We are here and we are all together. Goo goo gajoog. Episode 55 of Minecraft Trains and Tech. I've been doing this for over a year now. That's a thing. Episode 14 of Neo Greg. 14 weeks I have been working on this mod pack. It's upgraded to 1.70, the current version, running under Minecraft 1.20.1. Still trying to get to epoxy. I did find a couple of things going on, and let's just swing over to game screen and unpause and get back to the mushroom mine shaft where I spend so much of my time. Although that is getting less. I've been spending a lot of time in the refinery these days. Made some upgrades here. One minor little upgrade. I got this tank filled. I took it over to the refinery where I have scads of nitrogen, like massive amounts of nitrogen in the tank farm over there. And so I just tapped off a few thousand buckets of nitrogen, stuck it over here, and it'll last for pretty much ever. I mean, that's a lot of nitrogen. Doesn't take much. Right now, let's see, right now we're making stainless steel, which is going faster because of the nitrogen. Doing it in a nitrogen atmosphere reduces the cook time considerably, which also reduces the energy cost. That's handy. Still running this off a large steel boiler, yes. But, yeah, we're cranking along. I've got some more stainless to do, and then we get to the blue steel, and that's where things get interesting. Because once I can get this blue steel processed, I can make blue steel frame, and then I can make stainless turbine casing, at which point I can deploy turbine. As you can see, I've worked through a few things here. I went on past here and got the large gas turbine block made. Now, bear in mind, I have not yet deployed the thing. Yeah, this quest is completed when you make the controller. It's a multi-block. Let's just have a look here at this little bird here. Boop, boop, boop. There's our multi-block. It's a 3x4x3, you know, 3 wide, 4 deep, or 4 wide, 3 deep, 3 deep, 3 deep. What the frog says. Frog at a concert trying to get to the stage. And 3 high. Now, I've made a good deal of the parts for this already. I do have to make, I've managed to make an IV rotor holder, which is a hell of a thing. That little sucker required major advances in materials. Oh, yeah, our friend the Grid, I don't have to go up to the workshop anymore. I ran a cable and stuck a crafting terminal on, and I now have my main grid, my workshop grid, back here at the dust farm, which is handy. That's an independent system. Yes, I got an importer and an exporter, necessary at times. This isn't doing anything. Oops. Damn it, doing anything right now. I took out the thermal centrifuge and put in a regular centrifuge, and I've got it cranking on netherrack. Speaking of which, have I got more netherrack in here? Yes, I do. How much more? That much more. Let's see if it'll all fit. I'm not sure it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay. Yeah, I got that much left. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. Back in there you go. Get it dealt with later. The redstone needs to go upstairs, and so does the plutonium, and the emeralds need to get stashed in the main grid. Boop. Okay. This got converted to a chest, just sort of cranking along. I have gotten some tungsten from this, but it's not a high yield. Don't get me wrong, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Tungsten is such a critical material and is a little on the difficult side to obtain. I went into the end and found a nice big patch of tungstate ore and mined it out. That took a little doing, as the end is not, even in peaceful mode, is not a friendly place. Let's see, I don't have anything going in any of this right now. Cool beans. I did earlier. I've been doing a lot of work in materials, which is not real evident yet. But if we look here, we can see that I've completed the ruthenium and rhodium. I've completed RTM alloy and upgraded one of my blast furnaces. The EBF with the helium atmosphere has been upgraded to RTM coils, giving it a max heat of 4,500 Kelvin. And, of course, coil bonuses, yada yada. Went this direction. The large gas turbine takes a lot of stainless steel and some titanium. But, more importantly, uh-oh. Am I stuttering here? Hope not. I was having a bad problem with stuttering, and we've seen a couple of crashes the last couple streams. I've turned off Oculus and its support mods. I don't use shaders to begin with because my laptop cannot run Minecraft with shaders and stream. It'll overheat and shut down. As it is, it's running kind of warm. Those of you who have been with me a while know that I keep a heat tachometer in my system bar. I run the XFCE desktop and have a vertical taskbar, vertical system bar. So at the top, right below the power button, is my system heat. I keep an eye on that tachometer. I've got some margin right now. I don't have a lot, but I've got some margin. Okay, this is at 100. It's going to be a long time getting to 128. I will probably forget it before then. Okie doke, let's head back up here because in this magenta box, there's a tungsten carbide turbine rotor, which was a hell of a thing to make, let me tell you. Let us just go look at that. It's some of what I am trying to still produce. I'm working on the IV rotor holder. It's going to be very soon. The tungsten carbide rotor took a long magnesium rod. Magnesium is an alloy of aluminium and magnetite. I now have a stock of it. Tungsten carbide turbine blades. I had to make 8 of them. Each one of them requires 5 double plates, which is 10 ingots, and 2 screws, which is another ingot because those are made from bolts, and you get 2 bolts from an ingot. So 11 ingots of tungsten carbide per turbine blade for a total of 88 ingots just to make, whoops, the tungsten carbide rotor. Now that will last for a long time. It's worth the effort. The durability is the runtime in seconds before it breaks. I'm wondering if I can put unbreaking on it. That would be interesting. I should try enchanting it. See if it'll support the enchantment. Turbine efficiency is 155%, which reduces my fuel cost considerably. Turbine power 160%, so I get a really good multiplier. So yeah, it was a huge pain in the ass to get made the first time. I now have a lot of the materials sitting around because, of course, in a mod like this, you make industrial quantities. I made a lot of magnesium and a lot of tungsten carbide. Like multiple stacks of the stuff, more than I needed. So I've got a bunch of it stashed. Tungsten carbide rotor. Then we have, what I'm working toward is the IV rotor holder. This is going to require 4 tungsten steel gears, small ones, 4 HSSG gears, full size, that's high-speed steel, alloy G. There are multiple high-speed steel alloys. And an IV machine hull, which requires a machine casing, which I'm about to make here. Let's just produce that. I've got tungsten steel here. Let's go on and make some shit. What am I missing? 1X platinum cable. Ooh boy, okay. Do I have 1X platinum wire? I do in fact have 1X platinum wire. Aren't I clever past me to have made some? I'm going to take 3 stacks of it. I need to take that tungstate dust up to ore processing, but it can wait a few minutes. We'll just take this round to the rubberizer and drop this all in. And oh my god, it won't work here. I need a higher voltage machine, don't I? Oh, damn it. Fast way to get to it. No. I need... Oh. It'll only work with silicon rubber or with styrene. I've got silicon rubber. I just need to go set up a rubberizer. I need a an HV assembler, and I need polyvinyl chloride sheet. Got some here, but I need to make sure I've got some there, which means I need a bender. I need a bender and an assembler in HV, and then I need to go over to the refinery, which I kind of need to go over to anyway. Before I build that, let's pop up to ore processing and take care of that. That'll get some stuff out of my inventory. I really ought to move my teleport point somewhere less loud. Drop that in, give it a second to run so that I can drop this other 8 in. Okay, bibbity, bobbity, boo. Alright, I need cylinder and an HV assembler. What have I got here? That's an output hatch and a muffler hatch. Handy shit, but not what I need. The tungsten line has been... So, let's look around here real quick. Because I am making HSSG ingots here that will go into making those gears. I've got 55 tungsten stacked up right now. I've actually had quite a bit in here recently, but ripped through it making a lot of these alloys. For example, I've got a crap ton of HSSG dust in here still processing. This is now running RTM alloy coil blocks and running under EV. Not I'm overclocking it with 2 hatches. We've seen that before. Got helium gas going in. Got another can of helium ready just for when it runs low, but it's going to take a while. This is the assembler I used to make the RTM coil blocks, which is waiting for more RTM wires so that I can make more coil blocks because I need another 4 to make to do another blast furnace. I should put all this stuff away. That would clear it out of. Yeah, this needs to go over. This needs to go over. Got a bunch of shit needs to go over to the refinery. Okay, so I got rid of the tungstate. I picked up the HSSG. I don't think I have anything here I need to take down. I don't want to take that with me. It's already got liquid aluminum in it. That's an extruder. That's an assembler with polyethylene. Yeah, it's already busy. Let's just check the boxes here real quick. I don't think... Yeah, I don't have a machinery up here. Pardon me taking a second to check the electrolyzers, make sure they're not filling up with sulfur. Okay, I need to drop this here. And then I need to make an assembler. Two of those because I need 2 robot arms. Boop, boop. Robot arms made. Things are handling a little differently. Oh, there's my assembler. All right. And I needed a bender. Perf. I'm short on motors already. 40. Stainless steel rod. Okay, I gotta go. Whoop. No, I don't have to run up to the... I can just... Right here, thank you. I'm not used to having this yet. Stainless steel ingot, stainless steel ingot. I'm going to make rod, make lots of rod, you know. Get that started. Check this. It's at 128. It needs to be harvested. Harvested. Done. Those coils. Oh shit. I sorted my stuff accidentally. God damn it. want to drop these in the grid right now. Okay, it'll do. Somehow managed to sort it in a way I didn't like. I was working on, ran out of stainless steel rod, waiting on that. Let's go see if there's anything over here. Some magnesium, not sure how to pronounce it, that I could go put away. Always good to have some more in stock. I should be electrolyzing something, you know? What have I got up here? What do you do with calcite dust? Well, I can, if I electrolyze it, I get calcium, carbon, and oxy. Throw it in a chem reactor, and you get quicklime. Now, that's interesting. What do I do with quicklime? React it with water to make calcium hydroxide. Electrolyze to break it back down. What do you do with calcium hydroxide? It goes to an electrolyzer? That's no fun. Goes off and makes calcium ferrocyanide. Calcium ferrocyanide, in turn, potassium ferrocyanide and calcium hydroxide coming back around. Potassium ferrocyanide, evil shit, gets you Prussian blue and rock salt. Prussian blue. Fun shit. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Prussian blue used to be put in tea as a coloring agent. I shit you not. In the early days of China's tea exporting, when they were forced at gunpoint, and I mean that literally, by the British to open their trade to the West, and the British forced them at gunpoint to trade tea for silver and opium, which caused huge problems. Of course, British knew it would. They wanted to sell opium to the Chinese, partly because it made a huge profit, and partly because it fucked with the Chinese and made them easier to exploit. The Chinese were exporting tea to Britain, but the Britons didn't trust this pale greenish brew you could see through. Tea was supposed to be brown and stout, and so the Chinese started adding a couple of things. And one of the things they added was Prussian blue. Now you can see here, this is not something that you should be consuming. This is derived from potassium ferrocyanide, which is like, hello, cyanide. You wonder why I play the Chemical Workers song. What do I do with Prussian blue? Prussian blue goes to a mixer. Mixes with, holy cow, diethylene triamine pentaacetic acid And potassium iodide. Well, yeah, okay, the iodine, potassium iodide is a common anti-radiation treatment and makes Radaway, which then you take to a packer and you make into capsules, I'm thinking. No, you take to a canner and then you have Radaway pills, which removes 50% of the effects of having cancer, 2 of them, and, well, you're going to have to take a few of them, because it's 50% each time. It's a Xeno's journey, but, okay, so if I start with calcite and I go through an awful lot of contortions, I can eventually get to Radaway pills. That's a thing. In the meantime, my stainless steel rods have finished running. So we will put them in here. And I was trying to make a bender. And to make the bender, I need this. And one of these. And that's easy enough. And this, which I can do. There we go. Then I need this, which 1, 2, and make a bender. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Think. Alright. I have liquid silicone rubber. I need to go back and figure out why was I making a bender? Okay. The goal is to make this. To make that, I need to be able to make this, which means I have to be able to make this polyvinyl chloride sheet. That's why I need the bender. Okay. Understood. And liquid silicone rubber, and let's get over to the refinery and get this set up. I understand what I'm doing now. Okay, review. When in doubt, review the recipe, go back to the guidebook, go back to the documentation, and work back through it, and all will become clear. This is not ready to transport over yet. Sorry for the loud. Alright, where am I going to put this? I need an advanced assembler and I need a bender, and I need both to put in on an HV line, and I need to switch over. I need to repair my suit. It's taken some damage there. Where have I got some power? I bet I've got some power down here on that line, on the tree. The tree here, I need okay. I'm going to put the bender there and the assembler above it, and put a cable across, and I need export buses there and there. Okay, now the assembler, I need liquid silicone rubber coming in. The bender doesn't really need anything imported into it. I just need to go get the stuff I need. Let's see. Let's zoom. Liquid silicone rubber buckets. Here we go. That almost sounds like a tongue twister. Liquid silicone rubber bucket. Rubber bucket, you know. Okay. Let's see. What else did I need? I need the polyvinyl chloride ingot. Okay. Grab some polyvinyl chloride ingot to feed to the bender. And that should take care of that. Let's just flip back down here and over. There we go. Alright, the bender we set on 10 for foil. And we drop one ingot in and make sure it turns into foil, and then drop the rest in. Wee-haw. Look at this thing go. Don't you love HV? Yeah. Alright. Now, all that silicone rubber I made earlier is about to pay off. This now has rubber loading in, and I'm going to load in the PVC sheets while the rubber is loading, and then drop in this, and this, and this, and watch this happen. Vroom zoom soon. So yeah, all that silicone rubber I made a while back is now paying off. And I'm glad I kept it, a bunch of it. I kept it in liquid form because I can just pipe it straight in here, and presto, I have a rubberizer turning out platinum cable. I think I've shown on a previous stream how the silicone rubber is made. I could bounce up and run a quick demo on it while I'm waiting for the next stack to run. Give it a second here. Okay, there's that. I need to also run that into the grid. So let's bounce over here. That is oh man, what timing. Just in time for the last of that to finish. Let's drop in a light fuel. This is why when you talk to engineers, they go, "Excuse me? Didn't get you?" Oh shit, settle down there, hot rod. Alright, drop that in. Drop that in, don't need it anymore. Over here, okay, so this is taking chlorine gas and methane gas. Holy shit. The electric furnace is just howling. This takes chlorine gas and methane gas and makes it into chloromethane. Let's just kick that on. After a minute or so, the chloromethane will start dropping in here, and it'll process with silicon dust to make dichloromethane, dimethyl dichlorosilane. There we go. Shadooby. Come on. You can do it. There we go. We got chloromethane in, and we are now making dimethyl dichlorosilane, which ports over here and reacts with water to make polydimethyl siloxane, which kicks over here and reacts with sulfur, except that I need to go get the polymer. It's not kicking over because that's full of sulfur, and I need the polydimethyl siloxane in order to, let's see, where is it? There we go. So yeah, this is supposed to port over here, but you know, it tends to fill up with sulfur. And presto, this outputs from reacting polydimethyl siloxane with sulfur, we get liquid silicon rubber. Shut this off, which will eventually, the rest will run out. Okie doke, let's go back down here where it's a little quieter for a moment. Although it's still going to be pretty loud because we're underneath a lot of heavy machinery as well as in front of it. We'll pull this. There's our second stack. And wait for the third stack. This take just a second. So yeah, I was having memory issues and resolved that by turning off Oculus and the support stuff for Oculus because I can't run shaders. Knock wood, and I've got solid cherry here to my right. I have a sewing disc I've spoken about before. Family heirloom. It was ordered from the Sears and Roebuck catalog in the 1930s. So, you know, at the time it was mass produced. There's not a lot of them left. Okay. There we go. We have that. All right. Back over here. I should be able to, yeah, I need to drop a couple things. The helium gas here, I'm going to go on store here because I've already got a spare can over by the EBF. Let's just go on and slurp this in. Drop it into the tank farm. Yeah, this is the tank farm. It's just kind of, you know, it's digital and miniaturized and stuff, but that's the tank farm. Pop that on and it starts slurping, yes. That will be a good long while. That's another thing I changed. I got rid of the canister over here and put in an AE2, and I'm slowly getting, as the import bus is capable, pulling all the raw oil into the tank farm in order to store it in a centralized location with piping. I can send raw oil anywhere I want. One other thing I got going over here, let's run a batch of this before I go back. It's working on running a batch. It's going to be a few minutes. Let's see. Where is it? It's at 168. While I was mining the tungstate in the end that I needed for all the tungsten and tungsten steel and stuff, and tungsten alloys, I pulled in a couple of super tanks worth of Ender Air. Feeding it into a vacuum freezer, making it into liquid Ender Air, and then from there it goes here, and look at all the stuff that comes out. Just vast quantities of nitrogen dioxide, which is the precursor for nitric acid, which is a key component in the platinum line processing. Deuterium, tritium, krypton, xenon, and radon. All sorts of fun stuff. Oh, and helium, which I'm actually getting, I have a pretty good quantity of already, but oh shoot. Managed to mute for the second one anyway. All sorts of fun stuff, plus interpearl dust. I mean, just scads of fun stuff here. All sorts of fun things. The platinum line is idling right now. It's run rather a lot of stuff recently. Speaking of which, I should check the chip, and okay, they're both out of there. I did have, I have two chips here. I don't know which one has anything on it that I want to use here. That I can't, that I'm set up for. Let's look at this one. See what's on it. Anything interesting? Iron. Most of this is not going to process here. I'm looking to see if there's, well, there's raw platinum and raw palladium, but those will actually get processed elsewhere. Alright, let's just pull that chip, and that one doesn't look like it's got anything either. Put those back up in the backpack and look at them later. Let's get back over to here. Whew, and out of the noise a bit. That gets a bit wearing. I generally play Minecraft with the sound off, partly because a lot of it is in an environment where I don't want to be making game noises, and part of it is, let's see, experience, where am I? 3 chloride, helium plate, netherrack, negative experience, here we go. I have hideous quantities of the stuff. And we'll just boop, and everything's repaired. Presto. Just like that. Okay. I made the cable. Platinum cable has been made. Rotor. 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 Machine hull. I've made my first IV machine hull. I need to make tungsten steel gears and HSSG gears, both of which are going to be done in an extruder, and it's an HV extruder. That shouldn't be a problem. I believe I have an Alright, there's that. Let's look at this, and the extruder, it needs an HV extruder. Okay. See if I can do this. Okay, first I need ingots. I'm going to take what I got here and see what I've got upstairs. And then I'm going to need tungsten steel. Tungsten steel ingots. Okay. Those are small gears. I need more HSSG than I do tungsten steel. Alright, I think I was doing some setup work earlier. Let's go find out. Forming press, assembler, extruder. Here we go. Here is our small gear extruder. Here are 64 small tungsten steel gears already made. Bless us. I need a gear. I need a gear mold. I'm pretty sure I made one at some point. What the hell did I do with the damn thing? I put it. I do with it. Can't imagine I left it back here. I just want to check everything before I go making another one. I feel reasonably certain that I had an extrusion mold. I got blank molds. Alright, fine. We'll just make a new one. Extruder mold gear. I need one of these. Then I can make one of these from it. There we go. There's that. Alright. Back up to the loud. Zip. Titanium line has stopped. Titanium line has stopped with... I don't know, titanium here. Why has titanium line stopped? Titanium line has stopped because titanium line is out of... rutile and almost out of carbon. Okay. Cool beans. As long as we didn't stop because of an error. I hate, you know, really dislike that. Won't get up. Oh, shit. I needed to go check the vacuum freezer and see how it's doing on HSSG ingots. It has 25, which means I have a full stack now. Hurrah. Back to the extruder. going to take a minute. This afternoon, I'm going to be busy with Eurovision stuff. Those of you who follow my Roots of Pacha stream on Sunday nights, starting at 8:30 p.m. UTC-6, Cozy Farm Sim, extremely well written, beautifully animated. Absolutely recommend seeing the game, whether or not you see it on my stream. Please check out Roots of Pacha, great game. I'll be opening with yet another Eurovision national final song that didn't make it to the big show, because there is so much high quality content out there, just fabulous artists out there who get to the national final and don't make it to the international stage, except they kind of do. A lot of countries are putting their national finals out as live streams nowadays. San Marino prides itself that its national TV is a free live stream internationally for everybody. It's they just put their main channel out in a free. It's not geo-blocked. There's no registration. You just, and they understand. I think San Marino understands better, because entertainment is one of their primary exports. They're a tiny country. You know, their total population is something like 33,000. It's barely a city. It's a kind of a city-state in the middle of Italy. Interesting little place. And San Marino has a few things going for it. It has a TV station, and because it has a TV station, it's an EBU broadcaster, and it can get into Eurovision. And its national final for Eurovision is a huge industry. 200 acts competed this year. At 150 euros each for the entry fee, do the math. That adds up to real money all of a sudden. You know, you're paying a couple of people's salaries there. You know, a couple of technical people, paying them what they're worth. Always pay your technicians what they're worth. Never short the budget for the tech support staff, otherwise you end up with Armenia, or excuse me, with Albania. Albania? No, well, both of them. Armenia this year, whose national final was just absolutely crappy from a technical standpoint. The sound was horrible, the mix was off, the mics were fucked, the video had problems, just one thing after another. Unfortunately, San Marino skimped on the sound techs. In the first two semifinals, the sound was totally fucked. Everybody in the first two semifinals sounded bad because the mics were completely jacked. When they swung the camera back, it showed that there was no audience in front of the stage. There was a sound booth with one person and a video booth with one person. And I'm like, okay, yeah, somebody skimped a little here. I'm going to go on. Oh, Lordy. But I got a bunch of stuff stacked up. I'm going to be busy this afternoon, but I'm going to be watching semifinals instead of nationals. The Danish national just does not have anybody in it that interests me. And same with Chefsache Rosing für Deutschland. The German final is just kind of meh. So I'm going to be watching the last heat and the final qual round for Sweden, because Scarlet will be performing and I want to see them live. And then I'll be watching the semifinal for Portugal because Enka will be performing and I really want to see her live. Oh lordy. All these smooth jazz entries for Portugal. I mean, we all know the Portuguese vibe. And then an aggro rock with a female lead. And it's just, the song is titled I Want to Destroy You, and it is just a thing. It's an entire fucking thing. And I really sincerely hope that Enka makes it to the big show. Oh, I want to see that would just set people on their ear. Wait, this is Portugal? Ivy Rotor Holder. Ivy Rotor Holder has been made. Okay, that will bring this turbine up to putting out IV, which means I'm going to need an IV dynamo hatch and a couple of other things in order to make it work. Can I make... I think I can. I hope I can. Guess who forgot to check the dependencies here? IV dynamo hatch. I need an IV machine hull. I can do that. Tungsten spring, an HPIC chip, and an IV coil, which takes iridium wire. Oh dear. That's going to screw me right there. I got to have iridium. I could do iridium where I am, but it's a pain in the ass, and I will get much better results if I can wait until I have IV power. But to get IV power, I need iridium. God damn it. Alright, I'm going to have to do a little bit of iridium the hard way, aren't I? That's usually the way this mod works, is I have to do a little bit of stuff the hard way to then be able to do it the easy way. It's going to take a long time and a lot of effort. Let's see. Where are we right now? I've got... nothing in there. That's just a transport box. Raw oil that needs to be pumped in, but that just needs me to be over there. Oh. When in doubt, consult the guidebook. Regicality multiblocks. I've got some multi-block machines available. Oh. The alloy blast smelter. The alloy blast smelter that produces hot alloys. Okay. I was looking at this thing. I've been looking at this thing. Alright, let's have a look at it. What does it take? Tantalum carbide. I might be able to do this. Let's see if I can do the control block for it. It's going to be a multi-block. There we go. Blast. Alloy blast smelter. No, well, that was not the right thing. That thing. It's a multi-block. Holy fucking hell. Sweet Beelzebub. Oh. Oh, that's a big beast. Oh my gosh, it's a big beast. Okay. I need a maintenance hatch. Got that. Muffler hatch. Whatever voltage. Energy hatch. Okay, 2 of them to bump it up. Output hatch, input bus. This can all be overclocked. Cupronickel coil block is this. Heat vent. And then whatever the hell that is. Let's go back to it and high temperature smelting casing and a heat vents. Those are the things I don't have yet. Okay. Cupronickel coils, I think I've got that many just sitting around from blast furnaces I've upgraded. Okay. Okay, that was a bit startling at first. Let's go make some parts. Alloy blast smelter. What am I missing? I need one of these. I need one of these. Of these. That's made. That's made. "4x nichrome wire. Nichrome. Nichrome ingot. Here we go. And nichrome coils just sitting in there. Lordy. I need to check the bootstrapper. It's probably way overdue. Alright. 4x nichrome wire. Can I even do that here? Oh, we're about to find out. Yes, I can. While that's running, I'm going to go check the bootstrapper. Discover that it is overdue for being drained as usual. That's backed up. That's backed up. That should immediately kick on, right? No? No, it was not quite backed up into the chemical reactor. Got it before it backed up into the chemical reactor. Hurrah. Okay. Bootstrapper is tapped. Run back over here and over to this wire mill. Which is finishing up. Okie doke. 32 4x nichrome wire, and we run this around to the grid, which is right here now. Boom. And I was working on the alloy blast smelter. There's that made. Now, what am I missing? I am missing tantalum carbide plate. Obviously, it comes from a bender here with tantalum carbide ingot. What goes into tantalum carbide ingot? It's a hot ingot, and tantalum carbide is made with tantalum and carbon. I mean, it's that simple. Tantalum and carbon. Do I have tantalum? I know I've got carbon. Lord, I got carbon. No tantalum here. Let's go up to the loud. Tantalum. Here we go. I do, in fact, have tantalum. And I have carbon. Actually, let me bounce over here because I believe I have carbon and I have an EV mixer. Tantalum, carbon. Starts making and producing tantalum carbide. I'm going to put in the rest of this. Now let's look that up again. Tantalum carbide, the hot ingot goes in a helium atmosphere. Okay, cool, fine. This will be backed up a little bit. I'm not sure where this is going to land in this. I'm going to try to get this done this stream. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go make other parts, while this is running. I want to get up to 32 here, and then, let's go see how this is doing. We have 27 of these, and we have ooh la la, quite a lot. I may need to pull some of that. We got a chest or barrel. Well, I've got a chest right here I could use. It's just around the corner. Alright, ooh la lolly. I need to go on and do this. Get this going. So I'm gonna pull all of that and leave one there. Take the rest around to here and hook it in. And go over here and grab that. Back around this way, over to here, and load that. Okay, that will get this switched over to doing tantalum carbide. Getting some real interesting materials here. A couple of tungsten carbide and now tantalum carbide. A serious industrial shit here. This is going to take a few moments. So I am going to leave this watching as the first tantalum carbide ingot starts up. And I'm going to mute my mic and go take a quick bio. I'll be right back. See how we're doing. Oh, we got a few. If I got 5, or I got 4, 4 I think will be enough to make the thing. We will leave that making more. And I'm going to go on and pull the rest of what's in here and run it around and drop it in. There we go. That's going to take a few minutes. Alright, I need a bender. I need an HV bender. In all likelihood. We have to go back over to the refinery. Let's see. Let's bounce down. Now, I needed... Let's make absolutely sure here. Oh. Tantalum carbide plate. In a bender, it says I can do it on LV. We'll try our friend right over here. Already set on 1. Oof. Yeah, okay. We can do tantalum carbide in an MV bender. Got the plates. Plates, ingot, ELAS, PIP, and made. Ah. Okay. Now, there were some other parts. High temperature smelting casing and heat vent. I need to know more about those. Let's see. High temperature smelting casing. Titanium carbide, HSLA steel, and tungsten carbide frame. Holy cats. That's wicked stuff. Okay. Oh, Lordy. The Star Trek level stuff. Okay, got it. Atomic Hyperforge. Wowzers. Okay. Titanium carbide. What goes into titanium carbide? Da-da-da-da-dum. Titanium and carbon, and that's it. Huh. I can do that easy enough. Now that this is no longer production, I'm still using it as a workshop because a lot of these machines are still useful. Alright, let's clean this. Clean this. Right, and this. Okay, have our first set of these, and I need to go over to the assembler and thought I remembered it correctly. I just wanted to make sure. Always check these things. Okay, there we go. 16 of those made. Oh, what all goes into here? Invar, vanadium, titanium, and molybdenum. I'm going to need more titanium dust. And I think I've already got some Invar. Well, here's Invar. Let's go on and grab a couple stacks of Invar in case I need to dust it. And look over here and see we got 3 Invar dust is all that's over here. So yeah, you know, it would be easier to make new Invar. Invar is iron and nickel. Right? Yeah, it's just iron and nickel on program 1. I've got iron and nickel here. I'm reasonably sure I've gotten in large quantities. Yeah, here's a nickel. And yeah. Dust, go upstairs. that will get me INVAR processing. Yep. There's INVAR. Here's my titanium dust, which I need to put with carbon. Let's see. Titanium carbide comes from a vacuum freezer, whatever. Comes from here, and it's just titanium and carbon, straight up. So, give me some carbon. I'm going to make 2 stacks of titanium carbide. That'll get me that made. And then I got to worry about this HSLA steel. Which is going to be INVAR, which I'm making now, vanadium, titanium, and molybdenum. I need another titanium. Give me more titanium. Let's go and give me 2 more. Let's get those into the macerator. Start making titanium dust here. Check this. It's got INVAR on the way. INVAR is being produced. Stop and think a second. I've got several things happening here. Uh-oh. Hold up. We may be having a problem here. Yeah, I think I've... And there it went. Oopsie. The hell with it. Take too long. I mean, you got to throw that in when something like this happens. Okay. Yep. Got running behind, and it just could not handle running behind. So we're working on it. that far before having a memory crash, which is doing a lot better than previously, let me tell you. Oh, Lordy. I did not expect to be able to play the entire thing in the interval there. That was... wow. That took longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, boy. Okay. At least I was semi-ready. I had the sound, the clip, and then I had the entire file ready to hand. It just took me a second to get it going while I was waiting for the launcher to get started. Oh boy. Let's see how many. Oh Lordy, the Spanish flea factor. I've got a new rating criterion for my streams here. Did Spanish Flea get played during the stream? Was it added in post-production? Come on, Mixer. Come on. I need this Invar cleared out of here so I can make the tungsten carbide. And then the Invar, I got to start pairing up with other stuff to make the HSLA steel. I'm going to have that going through my head for a bit. I have to play something else to get it out. That shouldn't be a problem. I have, as I was saying, a full afternoon of Eurovision lined up, and probably some stuff this morning later on. I think I'm pretty much caught up, but I'm not totally sure. I'm going to need to review the national finals just to make sure. I mean, this is like, I've said it before. This is football for music nerds. This is well, one of the competitors the other day called it the Gay Olympics. Said he absolutely had to go at the, once he realized that. So it's a thing. It's an entire thing. It took me a while to really start to grasp the impact of Eurovision on European culture. If nothing else, these are the songs that people in many countries grew up singing. These are the songs of their childhood. Oh, the titanium carbide. Titanium carbide dust. Mixer needs an EV mixer. I've been waiting for the wrong damn mixer. I need the EV one upstairs. Okay. My bad. Let's start putting together the Invar with whatever it's going in with. What is the Invar going in with? That's a good question. Let's look up. Casing. And I need this one, which need to make HSLA steel. We are doing a blast furnace with nitrogen, and the steel dust requires Invar vanadium titanium molybdenum. Here is titanium to go with it. I need vanadium and molybdenum. Doing sort of a point and call there. Let us see, do I have... I do not have vanadium. Do I have molybdenum? No, I do not. I'm going to bounce upstairs. Ooh, that needs to be reloaded. This is a good thing. I want it to I don't mind if it empties out. That's fine. It's not like I'm losing time. Molybdenum. And vanadium. All that vanadium that I've been accumulating is suddenly being useful. Whoops! There we go. Okay. Mixer. Let's try this. I didn't check the recipe. Shame on me. It's got titanium in it. It may need EV. It's gonna need EV. HSLA. Boop. Mixer takes HV. Okay. This takes an HV mixer. Let's see if I have an HV mixer. Why, yes, I do. Invar, titanium, molybdenum, vanadium. Now it's running. Titanium, carbon. Titanium, carbon, all of that out. All of this over here. Gotta love superconductors. They don't zap you when you step on them. Right. Okay. Off we go back around. And load the HSG. Load that in so that it'll get done when this gets done. Oof. Lot of stuff. Okay, stuff going on. titanium carbide. Now, once I have titanium carbide, it's going to have to go into an EBF and a helium atmosphere. It's going to go in behind all the other stuff. Everything's going through this same EBF, apparently. None of this is going to get down this stream, obviously. But I'm making good progress. So the titanium carbide will go there. The HSLA steel, if I recall correctly, goes through the nitrogen atmosphere HV. Yes. Okay. That's going to be making for a while. Let's not worry about it. Let's go look over here at the HV mixer and get the rest of the NVAR loaded in. And let's see what we got here. I got some HSLA steel dust. I'm going to go load the line here. Let's go on and bring that up and see what all I've got here. Alright, the Naquita can go in, the plutonium can go in, the ruby, and all the scheelite. Okay, that empties out the scheelite. That is down to deep slate and chalcopyrite, which means that it is ready to go over to the refinery where those two things will get processed. I'm going to pull this one and drop it in because it has all sorts of stuff that goes through here. This one can go to the refinery. I need to keep track of that. Alright, onward. 2 stacks of HSLA steel dust down to the dust farm. Over to the nitrogen atmosphere blast furnace, which is going to be working on a variety of things here. Let's just pile this up like that and drop this in and yeah, the blast furnaces are backed up pretty badly right now. I need a lot of processing time. That's okay, I will have plenty in the week between this stream and next stream. And at that point we will have the alloy smelter going. I'm going to go take the alloy smelter and drop it into the box with the gas turbine. And we'll just drop this in down here. I ended up with 2 large turbines and 2 turbine rotors because of a memory crash, and I ended up with an item duplication. It's like, yeah, okay, fine. I'm not gonna throw it out. This needs to go to the refinery. Loud. Items are already processing. Deep slate is going to a centrifuge on that tree downstairs that where I hooked up the bender and the assembler. There's a centrifuge down there that's separating the deep slate into biotite and sodium hydroxide, I think it is. Or sodium dioxide. One of the grumpy ones. I mean, it's a sodium compound. They're all kind of grumpy. This is continuing to run. Okay, what's happening now, though, is that chalcopyrite on that chip is being pulled into this macerator and then fed into the ore washer and then sent on to a chemical reactor where it's processed with nitric acid, and that makes it into platinum group sludge. At which point I start making raw platinum powder and raw palladium powder and all sorts of other useful stuff. The platinum salts. The various platinum salts. Useful stuff. Alright, that gets that going. What the hell? It's not a familiar noise. Why are these gas turbines making such a weird fucking noise? Okay, that's kind of new all of a sudden. Not sure where that's coming from. Let's see. Anything going on here that I need to deal with? Probably not. Ruthenium is probably not built up that much yet. Yeah, it's at 615. I'm going to let that build up a ways more before I pour it over and start processing it. The copper dust, well, the copper dust is a thing. That's what this is doing. This electric furnace here is turning copper dust into copper ingot, and then I'll later I'll manually convert the copper ingot to copper block, simply because it's piling up so much. I've got so much copper coming in as a byproduct of the platinum line, both copper and iron, in just heinous quantities. And I'm really not sure quite what to do with all of it. Right now I'm stockpiling it, figuring at some point I may need extremely large quantities. I don't know. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's flip that over to there. Thank you. Make sure I get the full hazmat suit on before I head into here, because things have gotten just all sorts of funky. I got plutonium processing upstairs. At some point I'm going to have to set up the uranium-plutonium chain, which is going to be seriously mean and nasty, and I'm thinking about putting it off somewhere very else. Somewhere not at this base, somewhere not at, well, not at anywhere I'm already working, you know? That's the sort of crap that I want very far away. Alright, let's see. What else have I got going? I'll drop this titanium dust into there. Part of the problem is that the game doesn't really like me flipping back and forth between the refinery and the overworld so much. Works better if I stay in one or the other. Let's see where we are now that I have come back here. Hark, hark, the dog does bark. Do I care? Probably not. Still haven't gotten epichlorohydrin made. Having a problem with the large chemical reactor. Gonna have to deal with that at some point. Working on this, getting the parts made, Working on this, getting the parts made. What am I missing at this point? I'm missing stainless steel turbine, the turbine casing. Turbine, stainless steel turbine casing, which requires blue steel frame. This is where I'm stuck. I'm waiting on that blue steel back there to process. We're still doing stainless here. I got 32 more ingots of stainless to process before I get to the blue steel. I've got things backed up pretty badly on the blast furnaces. I got several materials I'm waiting on. Thinking about what else I can do, especially in like 5 minutes here. Not coming up with much of anything. What is this thing? Well, apparently we're not going to find out. I have a bad feeling about this. There we go. Ooh. Arc furnaces can recycle machines, but they also upgrade to 9 slots. So I need an EV arc furnace. Burn. EV arc furnace. What's it need? What am I missing? Well, let's start with one of these. We make one of these. Then we see what else we're missing. We're missing 4X aluminum cable and graphite dust. I don't think either of those are going to be a problem here. Here's some 4X aluminum wire. I can make aluminum cable out of it. It's aluminum. I should be able to run it through the LV rubberizer. Come on. Yes. It does take PVC sheet, but it does work. There we go. 1, 2, there we go. Alright, fantastic. We'll leave that burbling and cranking along and take this back over here and put this in here. And then we go burn. And graphite dust. Graphite, 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 graphite. Graphite. And we have made the arc furnace. Getting rid of those old machines. And I now have an EV arc furnace. Okay, I'll set it up and try it out in the near future. Let's see. I've got some old LV machinery in the grid, I think. Let's look and see what I've got. I've got an EV arc furnace and the urge to use it. What have I got all the way down at the bottom here? Okay, ULV stuff and an MV steam turbine generator. I sure as hell don't need this. Alright, we'll try it out on this. And we'll also throw in the 8X battery, but low voltage battery buffers. Okay, here we go. Once more into the loud. Okay, hopefully I've got enough juice left in this cable here. We're about to find out. Pop. And let's just drop that in and see what it does. Do anything? No. This? Okay, hold on a second. What do I have to do to... Advanced steam turbine generator. If I put it in... Well, plasma scrapping isn't what I've got here. Heart grinding would work. But... Why did it... What have I missed here? I've missed something. Burn. Arc furnace. Not a lot of recipes. I mean, it can melt down a turbine rotor, but it can't seem to do much else. No, I want to look at the IV arc furnace. I don't know. Well, we'll stash it. We'll figure it out later. Oh, that's full. Let's pump back here, and I've got a place I can put it. Oh. Well. I need to go back and reread the documentation and figure out what I'm doing that it's not liking. Something's not right. Wokey doke. That brings us to the top of the hour and an end to another stream here. Let's go over to the in-break card here. Previous Minecraft and various other streams on YouTube at the Twitch VOD URL at the bottom. Bollocks to Twitch for their copyright algorithm, which is a load of horse shit. Community streaming schedule in the upper left. I will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 a.m. UTC-6 with more Minecraft trains and tech, and by then, hopefully all that crap will have processed through the blast furnaces, and I'll be able to make these machines. I'll also be back tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. UTC-6, with Roots of Pacha, the aforementioned cozy farm sim in which a Neolithic people invent agriculture and everybody dates everybody. Happy and prosperous culture and a delight to spend time in. So, until then, safe journey, space fans.